What's up, y'all? The Most Dope podcast is back. We have a rather large gathering today, however, which is very, very nice. The wife is back, Marion. She's sitting here. She's ready to jump in and have some fun with us. We got Dos Muchos.
What's going on, y'all? How everybody doing out there?
Hey, Dos. DJ Ajax up in the Bay Area. How you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Good.
Hope you guys doing well?
Yeah, it's a good evening, man. It's a exciting evening. We got Clyde McGregor, CMAC Productions, and we have Stacey Henzo Monroebot.
Hey guys.
Let's go ahead and jump in. I'll just start off with Stacey since she was just live. Stacey, tell us a little about this web design and graphic design thing you got.
Well, I think, this year it'll be 8 years that I've been in business, but I've been doing it for, I want to say approximately about 10, a little over 10. So anything from, I started off with graphic design, and I do web design, photography, branding, social media, all that stuff, videography. So it's just a bunch.
And they basically all branched off into that big conglomerate of everything that you do. They all are related.
Yes. Like originally it started out just a few things, but then you have your clients that need something. It's like, well, I can do that. So then you start basically coming an in-house, situation for everybody, for all their needs.
Jack of all trades, jack of all digital design trades.
I like that.
There you go. Hey, Ajax, tell us a little bit about yourself, your little history, brother.
Oh man, there's so much to tell. I swear. It started out just like everybody else, Like I just wanted to be a DJ, like everyone on the radio. I grew up listening to folks like Cameron Paul, Michael Erickson up here in the Bay, and all the like mobile DJ crews that were doing the parties and stuff out here, and I wanted to be like them. I just wanted to learn how to mix and actually make mixtapes and scratch like you see on, like Breaking and Beat Street and, like that. That was my era growing up. And so like in high school, I picked up a pair of turntables and just kind of went from there.
Nice. Clyde McGregor, CMAC Productions. How you doing tonight, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we got you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm having some internet issues.
That's all right, brother. We'll jump back to you, man. Or are you live with us again? No, that's a negative. All right. So we're going to continue. We'll jump back in with Clyde McGregor, CMAC Productions. I've known the brother for, probably 10 years now. He brings comedy to Bakersfield. Basically, every month he brings a pretty heavy hitter into Bakersfield as in the comedy world. He started out over at Bricks Lounge. He's done it over at Bricks. He went over to the Marriott. He was down at the Fox Theater, and he's over at 1933 Speakeasy, which he's going to have a show coming up in March. So as soon as he gets back on, and we'll try to chime in and hit him up. Ajax, you balance life pretty well, it would seem, from the outside looking in. You're pretty big into fitness. How does your fitness, how important is it in relationship to your DJing and your mental health and your physical health?
It's balance. Where DJs aren't necessarily the most healthiest. DJing isn't the healthiest lifestyle, right? I mean,
sure, yeah, late nights, alcohol.
Wake up late. We're going to bed late. I don't know if it's a thing anymore because I don't do this, but we used to go to Denny's after gigs like every weekend. You're drinking, and just there has to be that balance. You can't be doing all this damage to your body and not be doing some kind of good for it too, I guess, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. To combat it or to balance, like you said, to even it out just a little bit, hopefully take the edge off of the damage that you may be doing with these late nights and early mornings and double shifts and double backs and everything else that you run into.
Right. And I mean, or you know, our era too was carrying record crates and was like, oh, fuck, man, start lifting some weights so that the damn crates aren't so heavy anymore, you know, that kind of thing.
And then you're talking about form, and you say, hey, you're supposed to lift with your knees.
Right. Grab that crate, bend down. Don't use your back.
Yeah, absolutely. Stacey, how does mental health work for you in your scope of the realm of digital design and web and everything else? How do you balance your health with that?
Well, I've kind of learned the hard way. And so now it's basically because I work from home and that your face is in front of your phone or in front of a computer constantly. So basically get the hell outside for one.
All right.
You know, whether it's like walking, like you need obviously some form of exercise, but even just with taking a walk, listening to music, because it's so easy to get caught up like while you're working, watching like your favorite shows, like in the same time, which is not really good. So incorporating music for sure. So that for me, that's really good for mental health. And then taking breaks, like whether it's with family or
you just escaped to the beach recently.
Yes.
Good.
And that's also another one. Several times throughout the year, the beach. I just need that salty air.
All right.
So that's good. Or getting out of town. Getting the hell out of town, basically. That helps.
Getting the hell out of Baco.
Sometimes.
So this one's going to be a bit of a crossover question, and this is going to be directed to everyone. No one specific. It's not about web design. It's not about DJ. It's what's just a daily habit that helps you stay mentally strong within your own profession. One daily habit. Dose, what do you do on a daily that's a habit?
Man, sit up and watch TV, like, you know what I mean? Like I sit up and watch, classic wrestling.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just to take my mind off of, you know what I mean? Just go back to a good time, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And sit here and just, you know, just space out for a minute.
Space out, transport yourself to a different era, a different time in your life.
Right, yeah, where I wasn't, where I wasn't over here worried about getting from point A to point B and what time. This is me, this is my time, I'm just doing
It's
me.
kind of like meditating.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, and I go to sleep with it on.
All right.
Know what I mean? So
hey, a lot of people go to sleep with a box fan. I've heard that.
Oh yeah.
They need the hum.
Yeah.
They need some kind of noise as they sleep.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you, Ajax? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was going to say, I agree with you. I need something to kind of numb yourself, which you could say meditating. But sometimes TV shows that kind of numb the brain a little bit.
It's just easy to watch, like put ridiculousness on in the background and look up from your phone and have a laugh every once in a while.
Yeah.
All right. Ajax, sir.
You know, aside from the TV thing, like I don't have anything that I do like on a daily basis. And I think that actually kind of makes it better for me because then you don't have that same thing every day. Like no 2 days are ever the same.
The redundancy, the monotony.
Yeah. Like one day I might be out in the field, like doing some work, you know, like have a midday gig or something like that. One day I might be stuck doing turntable repairs like all day long. You know, I'm not actively training clients anymore as far as like fitness and everything, but I'm still trying, you know, and I don't always make it, but I try to like hit the gym, you know, at least like 3 times a week.
Sure.
And now I've even, I just moved. And so everything is different, right? So like my TV habits are different. My eating habits are different. My training habits, like nothing is the same as it was last year. So right now I even have like this little squat device and a pull-up tower, like in my living room.
All right.
And so if I'm cooking dinner, I'll run over and knock out like a set of 10, 12 pull-ups or whatever.
Yeah.
And then go back and, you know, okay, set the air fryer, run over here and do some sets real quick. So it's kind of cool that like I don't have the monotony of like a regular schedule, like when I used to have a day job or whatever.
Sure. Clyde, were you able to join us, brother? I'm not sure Clyde was able to join us. So.
I can hear him.
Oh,
No,
can you? Oh man. I was
Someone,
like,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Clyde. Yeah, that was Clyde for a second. Yeah, he's out now though. Hey, Ajax, tell me about the turntable repair business, brother. How did you? I mean, obviously you got into that because you broke some.
Yeah. It was oh my God. So I started in 1990, and literally like my first like within a year, I started working at this record store, and like my manager over there, like he was a Stanford graduate, like really smart dude, and his like even the other coworkers and everyone, like everybody was like really smart, and I was like this young, arrogant little punk ass kid, but who knew his shit and was a dope DJ, you know. And so I thought, and I remember one of my 1200s was having an issue, and I did the ghetto thing. You know, you snip the wire, you splice it together, and now it's running mono off of like one side.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my manager about it, and he was just like, "Dude, you can't be doing that. You're running mono." Yeah, like he scolded me, you know. And he was just like, "No, you're gonna bring your turntable in. We're gonna fix it. Go to Radio Shack tonight. Pick this cable up, and we'll take care of it tomorrow." And I was just like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna get a free fucking turntable repair. You know, why not?" And he actually took the time to take me through the process and showed me exactly what he was doing, like every step, and explained it, you know, like, okay, you should do this, tin the wire, splice the wire this way, twist it this way, you know, add a little curve into the wire, and all like every little step. And I was just like, all right, cool. And next thing you know, I was able to open up my other one and then do it, but messed it up.
Yeah.
But you know, just it's a learning process, right? And I started to do them just for a handful of people. And then I took an electronics class and just got better at everything. You know, like my soldering technique was better. I ended up getting faster because I was doing it more often. And then 2 years later, we opened up our own record store. And then we started buying parts from Techniques directly because the service center was
like
in South
authorized,
City, one city over from where we were located. And they got so tired of me calling saying, you know, hey, I need this part. And then we had to research the part numbers that they just said, here, we're going to give you this service manual. So when you come to us or you call us, you have all the part numbers ready for us, please. And I'm like,
oh, okay.
So, and it was the whole tear down manual, you know,
Yeah.
It had like the exploded view of everything. So I was like, okay, now I can see how this other stuff works, how to take the rest of it apart instead of only doing just the RCA cables. Now I was able to do, you know, replacing tone arms, replacing pitch controls, all the other stuff. And then everything else you just kind of learn as you go.
All right. What are the big ones that you do, man? I mean, do you do all the LEDs? You do all the tricks?
I can do all that. I don't do all the like the really custom stuff. Like you see some crazy customs, you know, they're like powder coated and, you know, custom designs and all that stuff. And
sure.
Like I look at that as like, okay, that's Pimp My Ride.
That's bling. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Jiffy Lube.
I'm functionality. You know, I'm Bruce Lee.
I will do all the basic repairs, like the necessary stuff. And I can change your lights.
Yeah.
I can give you blue LEDs. I can do some of the basic custom stuff.
Sure.
But other than that, it's just like, you can come in and I'll knock your stuff out within a day. So like right now, because I live close to Napa, like I tell people, come in around noon, drop off your gear, just go over to Napa real quick. And I'm pointing over here because that's where Napa is.
Yeah, we know where it's at.
And just go get lunch at Napa or do what you want to do over there and come back in like 2 hours and be done.
All right. Yeah. All right.
So Stacey, how does web designing impact brands' credibility?
Brand identity and especially web design in general is everything, because anymore people, you know, you Google everything.
Yeah.
So even, you know, even having your presence on Google, and then for me, and maybe just because I'm kind of nerdy, so it's like if you Google like a bit, even if it's a restaurant, I want to see the website, I want to see the menu, I don't want to see people's pictures that may be like 6 years old of whatever it is. Like it's the most important, and it's important too to update it, you know, every 3 to 5 years. So
Yeah.
it's a really huge deal. And then also which again, I'm sounding super nerdy, you have the back end of like, SEO. So you want to make sure that that's constantly ranking as well, because you don't want to be like page 5.
Yeah.
So.
And you really, really dislike AI, don't you?
There's so many levels that I can't even get to.
Yeah, tell us about AI.
Okay, so there are always benefits to new tech in general, but what I don't appreciate is the fact that it's replacing artists in general. It's replacing graphic design. It's replacing even people that paint. They're taking, anything digital, and if people weren't paying attention to even Photoshop, which I love, when you sign, you agree to the conditions, you're allowing them to take pieces of your work or all of your work, incorporate it to AI, and you're not making a dime off of it.
Mm.
So there's a lot of things. And then now all of a sudden people think that I don't want to put people down, but I see people within marketing thinking that they're these massive artists, and my daughter's 9 and her art looks just as great. So there's that.
And my AI art is amazing too.
Would you say that it all? Would you say that can you just look at it and be like, that's AI?
Yep.
Okay, so you basically
it's so ridiculous now. Like it's so dumb looking at Pinterest trying to find a hair color, and most of the chicks that they have on there are AI.
Gotcha.
And it's like not even a real so anyway, it's like that close to being like anime.
Right.
But I'm not mad about it. No.
I understand it, but that was my question, because like when I look at it, it all seems like it's like I don't know what the database behind it is, but it seems like it's all coming from the same place.
And I feel bad too for people that are dating, with all their filters and people making their pictures that are from AI, and then you see them in real life.
Wow.
So there's all kinds of layers.
I didn't know they was going that far with it. I didn't know.
I hate when I meet a girl and she shows up without her dog ears.
And her tongue sticking out.
Right.
It's that furry stuff.
Yeah.
Stacey, hey, what's your process when you bring a client's vision to life? So like me, for instance, I didn't know you. I came to you a couple years ago, maybe a few years ago. Just so happened that you knew my wife and you had worked with my wife prior. Didn't know that. I had posted something looking for a web designer, looking for logo, looking for graphics. And you gather certain bits of information. So for a DJ, we gather event information from somebody and we say, okay, it's going to be at this location, at this time, from this time to this time for X amount of hours on this date. And, that's the information we go with. And, genre of music, what's the event type? Is it a quinceañera? Is it a 80th birthday party? Whatever it may be. How do you bring our visions to life? What is your process?
Well, I kind of think it's a lot from my background. I was a stylist for a little bit and a fashion merchandiser. And then I used to, going to school, I bartended as well. So you kind of get my, I guess, secret is like you kind of get vibes off of people, and I can kind of quickly grasp maybe your style of what you like. Like I do like some, I need it's helpful to have some direction, but it's kind of quick for me to kind of realize what I think that you really like and what you would really dig. And then you bring it in, like obviously the logo first, and then you go to the website, into other marketing designs. But that's kind of, I think what it is my background a little bit.
All right.
Hey, Gordon, can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing, Clyde?
I'm good, buddy. I'm sorry. I had to get on my phone. My computer and my internet was causing me some issues. So
it's all right, brother. Hey, give us a quick intro to yourself, brother.
Thank you, man. So I'm born and raised in San Francisco. Live here in Bakersfield. Been here for about 26 years. Got into the entertainment industry back in 2019. Started my own business, bringing comedians out here to Bakersfield. I also do shows in San Francisco. I did about 5 shows in San Francisco. For those of you who know something about San Francisco, down at Fisherman's Wharf, down at the Grotto, I've done 5 shows. And And I was in the fitness industry for 25 years. So I had a great career in the fitness industry. So that's a little bit about me. Married for 35 years.
Hey, congratulations. Yeah. So we got a lot of fitness here. I've been in fitness since, ever since my pops passed away. Ajax is heavily into fitness, and Clyde is heavily into fitness as well. Stacey, Marion, I don't know what your guys' situation is on the fitness level, but we got 3 or 4 of us fitness nerds on here.
We're mommies, so we don't have time for that.
I'm a retired athlete, so I'll just leave it at that.
There you go. You've had enough.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Hey, Clyde, brother, what makes a great event flow smoothly from your perspective?
First of all, just making sure that, you bring the right people that's going to come and entertain. I think that's always important. I've always been one to make sure that, I have a quality lineup of comedians that I bring to any town that I'm in. I think the person who's, pretty much promoting the show has to be, kind of in line with that too. I'm always wanted like an adult type crowd, people who work every day, who just want to come out and have a good time and get some laughs, and then, go back home to their home, to their life. And just promoting, just making sure that you promote, quite naturally, if you don't promote, then nobody won't know that you're having an event. So I think promoting big, via social media, via reaching out to the news outlet, your local news outlet, getting flyers, and just, it's just a lot that goes into it. It's not easy, but it's very rewarding when you make it happen. So I've had a lot of success with it. So I'm very, very pleased with that.
Let me ask about, it's going to be a kind of a 2-part question, Clyde. What was your favorite guest that you've had, and what was your favorite audience interaction that you had with that guest?
You being the performer?
Yes, sir.
Somebody who came for me? Okay, so probably my favorite show was probably, I would say, Boogie B. Most of you might not know who Boogie B is. Boogie B was he was a comedian. He passed away, and but he was one of my favorite comedians. I mean, we had so much fun in the green room. With comedians, you're constantly laughing. So I'm in the green room with the comedians, and I mean, I never stop laughing because they just got. Comedians are some of the smartest people that you ever want to be around.
Quickest, wittiest.
Quickest, wittiest, and the whole nine, right? So Boogie B probably was my favorite interaction, but I've had so many. It's really hard to say just one, but you asked me for one. But Boogie B was one of my favorites, and I think I just posted not too long ago, Boogie B. He passed away.
Yeah, R.I.P. Boogie B.
He came out and did a great. He did 2 shows for me out here in Bakersfield and just ripped the stage. But I've had so many. I've had over 35 shows in Bakersfield. And so it's been.
Hey, what's your biggest challenge when you're hosting these events, Clyde? I think he dropped. He's there.
No.
You still there,
Can
brother?
you hear me?
Yeah. What's your biggest challenge hosting these events, Clyde?
I wouldn't say so much of a challenge. I think the biggest obstacle is just, as you're winding down and you're getting closer to these shows, just making sure tickets are being sold. I think that's the biggest challenge, right? Because, you got everything in place. You got the comedians, you did the work, and now it's just a matter of just wait for people to just, buy tickets to sell your event out. I think that's my biggest challenge. That's, if you want to call it a worry, that's what kind of keeps me up, as we get closer, just making sure that, people are purchasing tickets and coming to patronize business. And so, but not really a lot of challenges in terms of what I do on a day-to-day basis, but just making sure that I'm selling tickets.
All right. What's your information, Clyde? You got cmac-productions.com. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I have a few. So I have my, I'm CMAC Productions on IG, on Facebook, and then my web. I also have a web page. That's CMAC Productions. that's why I have my website. And so you can reach me on those platforms.
I got a question real quick for Ajax. With AI and streaming, you know what I'm saying, being popular right now, where do you see DJing within the next 5 years?
I think the real DJing is not going to change. Your real DJs with real skills, nothing's going to change. I mean, it might change the way that we, pre-program or whatever like that when it comes to like setting up for events. But, you're not going to replace somebody doing all these like hard scratches and all that. Like there's programs right now where you can load in, 15 tracks to the program and it'll scan the tracks and then it'll
fill in the gaps,
put together the right harmonics in the right order and mix those together to make you a mixtape.
I was listening to the radio. Sorry, I was listening to radio, and what you're saying right now, I know what you're talking. I think I know. I just don't know the name of it. But yeah, I know what you're talking.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. In radio, every single one of my radio mixes that I had done was all done on a computer. They were all edited, but they were done in programs, like Acid Pro or Ableton. But I'm still controlling everything, and I'm still, okay, if the track drifts, I've got to slice it up. I've got to fix it. I'm doing the volume crossfades. I'm bouncing the tracks. I'm mixing it down, mastering it, and doing all of that stuff myself. So I don't trust AI for any of that. Like you're saying, you see the pictures, right? Like,
oh, there's all kinds of errors in the pictures all the time.
Why does have 6 fingers?
Yeah,
right.
Little things like that, or why is the toes look like long fingers, or something? All that. So you got to figure if you're letting the AI thing make your tracks or make your mixes and everything for you, then it's going to give you that equivalent of 6 fingers into your set. So, and I mean, I came from the turntablist background, the battle scene, so like, I mean, I was battling in the early 90s and everything like that. So I'm one of those angry older dudes who's always like, what the fuck are you doing that?
Got you.
You can't scratch her. You're doing pre-made mixes on this big giant stage on this music festival, whatever. So,
it's almost like lip singing.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be evolution and you do have to embrace it. I mean, we are all running digital. We are running, controllers instead of turntables at our gigs. But I'm not going to, and there's nothing wrong with the sync button. Let me say that first off, because I think the sync button's a dope tool when you're using it for enhancing.
Correct.
Like you see guys like Craze and Lazy Boy where they're doing the sync button so that they can do other stuff while the tracks are mixing together. But if you're the type that's just only using the sync to mix your A to B,
right?
Come on, man.
It's a little lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Sounds
and then
lazy.
especially when the tracks aren't like, perfectly beat gridded, right? Where they're not perfectly quantized. When you're running
live music,
like live bands or disco, stuff from the 70s and 80s, everything wasn't perfectly metronomed. You see these guys on the message boards complaining like, oh my God, I was trying to do this. And then it's already, you're like, oh, you were using the same person.
I had it locked in. Yeah. I had it locked.
And then the beat changed. Like, what the fuck, So,
yeah, that's called human error. There's always, there's always going to be that human error.
Yeah. So Stacey, I'm going to go back to you. What are the biggest trends in design that businesses should pay attention to?
The biggest trends and designs.
This, I guess for me, I feel like I'm going to be against the norm, and that's kind of like what my style is. I'm a maximalist. I'm not really, there's so much minimalism everywhere that I feel like it's just like your eyes kind of blind to it, that I just think that I'm just more dramatic. Yeah. So personally, for me, it's just, I wish that people would be more out there.
Like
everybody,
themselves.
I feel like it's really, and that's like what I try to do for my clients, is to bring not just you out, but push you a little bit more towards the edge, but not too far.
Yeah.
But like but a lot of everybody, the minimalism, I think, I'm not knocking anybody, but it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
What do you think a common misconception of people in your industry is? What do you think there's a common misconception? Do you think there's one?
That's a really good question. Maybe that people have teams. I guess because I'm just
Because you're a one-woman team?
one woman show.
All right.
So I think the misconception is that people think that you have, 8 people
A
working
lot of
with you.
resources.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
When
of
it's
resources.
just you doing it all and trying to make it, not trying to make it happen, making it happen. So off the top of my head, that's what I would say.
Clyde, this one's for you, brother. Hey, what do you, how important do you think collaboration and networking is within the entertainment and comedy industry? And I'll say specifically in regards to, let's say Bakersfield, probably not the most sought after venue in California to entice somebody to come perform at.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And one of the obstacles early on was just trying to get comedians to come to Bakersfield, because there's a lot of comedians, big name comedians that necessarily won't even come to Bakersfield. They hear Bakersfield and they kind of go, no, I'm not going to Bakersfield. And I've had that happen to me several times. But I think as we put on these shows and people see that it's a great crowd, it's a lot of energy. I know, just to answer your question, people like TK Kirkland, I brought him out here. He had never been here. Earthquake, I brought him out here. He had never been here. DC Youngfly, I brought him out here. He had never been here. Damon Williams, and the list goes on and on. These guys never been here. Coco Brown, I just had, actress, movie star, comedian. She had never been out here. So
I mean, you had some more out here even.
I had some more, the Queen of Comedy out here. I had Godfrey out here. None of these folks had ever been to Bakersfield to put on a show. And so as I, continue to, as they continue to see video footage and speak to people, that came out here, because they talk, I can tell you one thing about the comedy industry. They're really a close-knit family. Like you got people like a Dave Chappelle, you got him, as big as he is, he hangs out with Evan Lionel and people like that who are not as, let's say, famous, if you will.
Sure.
And so that was the biggest obstacle in the beginning, but now I'm breaking that wall, and we're starting to get more and more, and we got a lot of things that we have prepared that's coming up in the near future. But definitely Bakersfield is becoming on the map for a lot of media now.
Tell me about your thought process on bringing the young talent in that you do. We got some Bakersfield brothers. We got Lito. We got K. Mitch. We got Demarie. We have I forgot the young lady's name, but we have a lot of good young comedians here. Tell me your thought process on bringing them out here and letting them cut their teeth to open up on your shows.
Right. That was one of the things for me that was, to me, first of all, it's been the most rewarding thing to do. In the very beginning, one of the things that I always said that I would try to give the youngsters, the young comedians in Bakersfield, a platform, and not only just to perform, but to be able to engage in all these, I call them like Hall of Famers. These comedians have been in the game for 30 years or so, and just the wealth of knowledge, just sitting in the green room with them and picking their brains and having older vets, guys and girls tell them, look, you're doing great. Hey, here's my number. Or, hey, you know what? I got something in LA. I'm going to look out for you. That's been the most rewarding. So, I know the guys, I love all the guys and girls out here in Bakersfield who do comedy. And I know they got a lot of love for me too, because that's been one of my main focuses, opportunity to be on the platform. When I did my first show at the Fox, that was one of the biggest things for me. Okay, I want to put some of these guys on this card because I want them to go out in front of,
that bigger audience.
15. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so for my very humbling beginnings at Bricks Lounge, you was there from the beginning. So you already know because you've seen it with your own eyes. So, but it's been very rewarding.
Been there since day one, brother. I've been to every show, I think.
Every show. And I think the one that you didn't come to, you was out of town on work.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you still purchase.
Oh, I always buy tickets, man. I try to give tickets away, man. I always try to support, brother. Always will, man.
Yeah, but I'll say this real quick, and then I'll let you pass it on unless you have something else for me. But one thing that I have to say about you, brothers, you've been there from day one, and I'm so honored to be on your platform. That you would reach out and have me on. You know how much love I have for you, and just a remarkable path that you're taking and everything that you're doing. I remember when you first talked about being a DJ and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And to see you flourish and to be where you are now, I mean, that's a blessing. So it's just an honor, and also to have you even DJ on these shows that we're having now too. So that's an honor, and I appreciate you so much.
Hey, thank you so much, brother. That meant more than you know to me, man. I appreciate it. They got me over here trying to tear up. I ain't doing it, yo.
Yeah.
That's all we got for you, Clyde. If you need to bounce, you can go ahead and jam out of here, brother.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Gordon. You take care, and everybody on the call. Thank you so much. Y'all take care. God
Bye,
bless.
Clyde.
Likewise.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, I'm gonna give this question to my boy Dose over here. I'm gonna give this question to my boy Dose because I got a real honest question for him. I've been talking to him about plans that I have and things that I want to do, and I think I've been a little bit selfish, and I don't really get to talk to the brother too much about what he wants to do and what he would like to do. So I'm gonna pose the question: if you had the resources, I wouldn't say unlimited, but you had some resources, what would you do? What kind of event would you throw?
Man, if I already, man, this is something I've had in my mind ever since I was a kid, man. Like, don't you know, man? I try to have one of them like festivals, like one of them 3-day events. You know what I'm saying? Like with Parliament and you know what I'm saying, the Mary Jane Girls, and you know what I'm saying. I want Andre 3000 and Big Boy to perform again. I'm talking about like if it's endless resources, man. Let's go for the moon. You know what I mean? I want them all out there. You know what I mean? I want Rolling Stones. We putting ZZ Top back together. I know, boy, one of them passed away.
Oh, you did? Yeah, one of them passed away.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I want Huey Lewis in the news. You know what I mean? I'm talking about it's going to be a smorgasbord. It's going to be the wildest. You be like, he picked all these? Yes, he did.
Tell me about the in your mind. You close your eyes. What do you see outside? Where are you at? Where is this venue? Where is this event?
Man, you know what? It probably has to be. It has to be in my hometown, Yuma.
Okay.
Yeah, I already got the spot picked out. It's right off of 8th Street, man. I'm telling you, this has been something like since I was like 16 years old. I used to be like, I want it filled up. I want, you know what I mean? Like, I want golf carts. You got to get to the stage. You got to get to the area, you know, in golf carts and stuff. I want big security. I want it like that. You know what I mean? Like out of control. You know what I mean? But just like that. But everybody just having fun.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for free.
Hey.
Man. If it's money like that, I'm like, hey man, you know. And then I don't want nothing back from this because it could destroy me. So I'm gonna go ahead and be like, man, yeah, everybody have fun. Everybody have fun.
What about you, Stacey? If you had unlimited resources,
I dig because you had me everywhere from like Mary Jane Girls to like Andre, like whether it be Outkast to I want Missy Elliott.
Oh yeah.
Like
It's 2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, get some old Timbaland and Magoo back in there.
It's 2 days.
oh, seriously, I'm like
It's
Ghostface, like get them all in there.
I'm talking about his historic. You know what I mean? Like I want the cover of Rolling Stone. You know what I'm saying? That week, like I want to say like you missed the world's greatest concert like that. I want like that.
That could be that could be Woodstock-esque.
Yes.
I see those ideas, and I'm going to raise you.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, man.
Every artist has to perform with a band.
Real musicians,
That's
real
dope.
music.
Yes. That would be.
Like just this past Saturday, Jizza was in town in Napa,
Okay.
and the opening DJ William, big shout to William, he hooked me up with tickets and everything, and Jizza was performing with a live band called the Funky Nomads, and holy shit, like to see all that classic material, and especially because I mean he didn't just like it was the Liquid Swords anniversary.
Or Liquid Swords, yeah.
Right.
We were just talking about that.
But he did a bunch of like Wu-Tang tracks too, right? So he did like Triumph, he did Cream, and a few other tracks. He did like Shimmy Shimmy, and like I've always felt that Triumph was one of the greatest hip hop instrumentals of all time, like ever. It's in my top like 3 probably. And to see a live band perform Triumph with like that bass line coming through on the violin.
Okay.
It was just like some next level shit, you know? And it was like a small venue. It wasn't sold out. It was the Uptown Theater in Napa. But like, it was probably one of the best shows I've ever seen just because the band made it that way.
I got goosebumps when you said that right now. I can just hear that.
Dude, I have like video footage. I put them all on my stories like over the weekend, but I'll put them all like on the real post so you guys can like check it out.
Please do. Please do.
And it's only, a little short because I hate when people do that shit, right? So I didn't record anything longer than like 1 minute at a time. But
got you.
Like the fan in me just
because you need to be there to experience it, not through the lens of a phone.
That's me. Me. I'm like, I hold it up like this, but I'm not watching the whole show through the phone.
Yeah, no. I mean, I literally only recorded like 30 to 45 to a minute at a time, and just like just a little of that song and a little of that song, just to be able to remember it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome.
Let me see. I'm gonna close it up with a question, and then I'm gonna come around to everybody, and we're gonna let everybody know where we're at, what we're doing, what our socials are, what our websites are, everything else. What is the song that when you're at a wedding, you're at a big event, that comes on that would just spark you? It's just. There's like, for me, it might be like a Fat Man Scoop song or something.
Oh,
right. Mix drop.
Yeah.
Single ladies.
Okay.
Who's it on?
Everybody, whoever wants to chime in.
Oh, you already know my answer.
Oh,
you know my answer.
Africa Bambaataa.
Damn right. Planet Rock. Right. When I hear that, it's. I just remember when I was a kid, when I first heard that, I was just like, what the hell is this? I was like, I love this here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, this is like Star Wars in the streets. Like, what I was like, what the hell is this?
Well, the last podcast I said Sugar Hill Gang was, that's what got me into hip hop and DJing and the love for music and everything else. So definitely if Rapper's Delight dropped, I would go crazy.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
So Stacey had Single Ladies. What else you got?
Oh, well, it's probably not appropriate, but maybe shake it like a salt shaker.
Hey,
Twins.
That's a good one.
Every fucking thing's appropriate on this podcast. How about you, babe?
I don't know. We had this wedding recently, and this dad was just so into Love Shack.
Oh,
it was so awesome. Like that, just
like went crazy. Huh?
Yes, it was so fun.
Yep.
He had the entire dance scripted.
Like he's like, like it was awesome.
Around and around.
Yeah.
He did the whole music video, man.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right, Ajax.
That's pretty awesome.
Kid's birthday last week, and they wanted like to do karaoke and everything. And one of the little kids wanted to do Love Shack.
Oh, wow.
We had stopped. We stopped before we got to get her song on. But I was like, oh god damn it! I wanted to be able to see her do that myself.
Yeah.
I can't see. You know me. I'm already like.
On to the next one. Second song. Third song.
No. I'm already in my mind. I'm thinking right now. Like, okay, what spot can I go ahead and drop Love Shack at and light that whole place up? That's what I'm thinking right now.
All right, y'all. Well, it was a wonderful podcast. I appreciate everybody for joining. Ajax, brother, thank you for joining, taking the time out your day up there. Stacey, thank you. Dose, as always, thank you for coming through. Babe, thank you for everything.
Oh, thank you.
Ajax, let us know where we can find you. Let us know what you do, your turntable repair, your 1200 site you have, everything. Let us know, brother.
So Instagram, I've got two pages. One's the DJ Ajax SF, and the other one is the Fresh 1200s. So, I mean, I pretty much post the same stuff on both of them, but the Fresh 1200s is a little bit only
repair
stuff.
Sure.
But my favorite thing to do is to post the disaster repairs that I do.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You see all
the mountain of solder.
Like holy, well, not even that, but like the one that I'm working on, like right now downstairs. This thing, like, he didn't even know because this guy bought the turntable used, and I'm able to tell him this turntable was definitely used at Burning Man or some kind of a desert rave.
Oh,
and he was like, "How can you tell?" I was like, "There's so much dust, and it's a different type of
it's
dust,
a fine dirt,
club dirt that's been caked on and everything, right?" So, like, I love posting the horror stories, even, of course, the do-over work, like the bad solder jobs and everything, and, like, I mean, to the point where people come to me and they're like, "Don't put my turntable on your page." I'm like, "Don't worry, man, look at this."
It's like their child.
Yeah. And for one favorite story, this was hilarious. This guy, he found me like on Instagram or whatever, and because of that, like, he was following all that stuff. And then his turntable that he brought in, he tried to do it himself and couldn't do it. So he brought me like a box full of parts and the little Ziplocs full of the screws and everything. So I remember the look on his face, and I was like, "So wait a minute, you've been following me for 2 years and you still decided
you've learned nothing?" You've learned nothing?
Like, it was that little kid that was in trouble,
just like that.
So, I mean, you'll see all that. I mean, on my main page, the DJ page, like, you'll see all the, okay, I'm doing a party, I'm doing this. You'll see little footage from whatever, but I'll post up like the turntable horror stories on both. And
awesome.
then, my online store where you can buy like my turntable repair kits and all that stuff. Like, I actually made a turntable cleaning and detailing kit.
Awesome.
I'm a car detailer too. We even talked about that.
Yeah.
And my repair kits, the little things, and of course, like the DJ edits, the edit packs and everything that I make. A handful of like different t-shirts that you can get and everything. That's fresh1200s.club.
Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Stacey, let us know. Give us all the infos.
Across the board, it's just Monroebot. So whether it's Instagram, Facebook, I haven't done the greatest job. I do it for clients, but not for myself. So I'm starting to post within this next month. I'm gonna start posting.
Good.
What I'm up to.
Hey, you can post our new site.
Yeah. I'm planning on it.
All right. So Monroebot everywhere. It's Monroebot.
Everywhere.
MONROEBOT.
Yep.
Monroebot. All right, brother Dose, JJ.
Y'all can find me at the real DJ Dos Muchos. That's the real DEEJAYDOSMUCHOZ on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. It's just as Dos Muchos with a Z. You know what I mean? Got a whole bunch of I've been putting my little gigs and hopefully a little funny thing I'm thinking about of the day. Hopefully don't nobody flip out behind it. And usually we've been keeping that at a nice little level right now. So everything's fine. Come check me out.
You're not like me trying to fight people on the internet.
No.
All right,
You're
babe.
so bad.
Tell us about you, what you do, and where we can find you, and everything else.
So I actually do like balloons. I'm very creative with balloons, so I do all of that. We have our photo booth business, so you can find me at Cali Entertainment, or we can do the Busy Bee creations, which Stacey did for me.
Stacey's done all of it.
Yeah,
Cali
she's done all
Entertainment
our
Group,
designs.
DJ Gordy B,
Yeah,
Busy
it's
Bee
been awesome.
Creations, all
Yeah.
of the above. She's working on a website for us right now. We got all kinds of stuff in the works.
Yeah.
But yes, balloons, balloon garlands, planning, decorating. That's all Marion. That's right up her alley. Don't ask me for it. Just hit her up directly.
Even though people don't listen.
And I'm DJ Gordy B. Gordon Baldridge. Everywhere is it Gordon.Baldridge or Gordon-Baldridge or Gordon Baldridge or DJ Gordy B. Cali Entertainment Group, all over the board, same thing. DJ Gordy B across the board and Gordon Baldridge across the board. So again, thank you guys all for coming. We're going to wrap this podcast up. And Ajax.
I'm trying to build up my YouTube. I'm actually doing like turntable repair tutorials.
Oh, there we go.
There's only like 3 things up there right now, but it's the same across the board. DJ Ajax SF.
DJ Ajax SF is your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
including probably your Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all of the above.
Not on Facebook, because that's like my personal stuff. I think it might be because I have a business page on Facebook too, but like my TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, which I don't really do anymore. And
I seen your post recently. Yeah. All right, brother. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you all joining. You guys have a good evening.
All right. Have a good night.